Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to start rigging this thing up. Let's see what we got here. Nothing on this layer here, so I'm just going to go in here and I'll delete that layer. And this layer here has got a stupid name, so I'm just going to quickly fix that. Okay, great. That's when I crashed and I reopened my file. And I'm just going to grab all my geometry and I'm just going to go and put it onto a layer. And so I can quickly access it, I'm going to call it geo underscore layer. Great. Okay, and I'm happy and I know it. So, and I can hide my shell pieces if I want to. Make sure everything's, I shouldn't make sure everything's named, and I should, actually these shell pieces I might separate them. Mesh, separate, kill the history. I'll hit 3 again. Okay, I might separate my legs too. Mesh, separate, kill the history. I've got them all selected here, so I'm just going to go and quickly name them legs. Great. So, there I've got this all kind of organized, maybe. I should just double check. What have I got? I've got a bunch of crap in this file already. Stuff that I've been hiding, things like that. I'm just going to grab all this stuff and make sure that it is grouped. Don't need any of those extra layers and stuff like that. I might go File, Optimize Scene Size, or not layers, groups. Okay, make sure everything's frozen out. Just going to rename the group. The group is going to be called geo underscore GURP. Great. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure, is that thing all assigned? I missed a couple things because I used the separate, so I'm just going to add selected objects. Done. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to start sticking bones in here. Let's just take a look at this body for a second here. And got 2 panels side by side. Okay, great. Let's just isolate this, and I'm just going to right-click, Auto Load New Objects. I'm also going to put on X-ray joints. So when I put in my joints, when I go over here to Animation, and I go into Skeleton, Joint Tool, I can see my joints as I'm placing them. And I want some kind of COG, so I think that this area here is probably going to be the center of gravity of my body, right? I've got a couple legs sticking out of here. Actually, you see the legs have been textured right on his body. Maybe he doesn't need to walk. Anyway, I'm just going to put one here, boop, and it's very, very small. If I go and I put another one over here, okay, great. This is going to be for the thorax. Kind of hard to see. I'm just going to go to Display, Animation, Joint Size, and we'll make these big so they're easier to see here. And also, too, you know what I might do, just because the textures are probably bothering me? Let's do that. It's easier to see. And I'm going to go and put one in for my neck. Okay, and I've got that scaled compensate thing on. Here, let's just hit Enter for a second. I'm just going to delete these. And on the joint tool itself, I hate the variable bone radius. I like to control my own bone radius. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Let's try it again. So there is my COG, my root joint. I'm going to put my thorax somewhere right around here. I'm going to put my head joint here, and I'm going to put one right here. This is going to be the end of my head. It doesn't really matter where I put it. Okay, great. And then I'm going to hit up, up, up. I just hit the up arrow to go back up to this first joint. And I think my abdomen has some stretchy bits in it, so I'm just going to go and put some extra joints down here. Great. Enter. Okay. And you can't see them here, so I'll put on the X-ray joint here so I can see them here as well. And I'm just going to go in and quickly name these things. So, joint number 1, that's going to be my root. Root, or COG, right, center of gravity. Joint number 2, this is going to be my thorax. Underscore, JT. I forgot to do that on the root, too. Try and name everything nicely. Great. And then I'm just going to go over here, and that's my head joint. Head underscore JT. Actually, I just realized head should also have an underscore end on it. Okay, usually an end joint, smoking crack again. I'm just going to copy that. That's going to be the name of the next joint. Enter. This end joint here, this is the one that really nothing is going to get weighted to. Great. There we go. So there's my root, and then I've got my abdomen joints here. I might want another joint right exactly in the same place as my root. or very close. So what I'm going to do, let's do this. There's a couple different ways I can do it. I'm going to do this because it shows you extra tricks. Boop. There. I made a joint. Okay. And I can take this joint, and I could do things like I could grab this joint and that joint. I can press P, and that parents it in. Take this one, that one, press P, and that parents it in. Okay. Also, this joint, maybe I've placed all these children in here, and I wanted it exactly in the same spot as this thing, right? If I got the move tool on, if I move it right now, the children follow. But if I hold down D, and I also hold down V at the same time, I can move it and snap it to the root joint, and they're on the exact same spot. Not always the best thing to do, but I'm going to do that in this case here. I might take the root joint, and I'm going to change the radius a little bit so it's bigger, so it's visibly bigger than this joint here that I have. Okay, I'm just going to grab all of these joints here. In the hypergraph, I grab them, and I'm just going to go in and I'll rename them. Abdomen underscore JNT. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay. And I might even take that last one. I'll put the word end in it. Underscore end. Done. Okay. And anything else I need to know in here? That's good. So that's my body joints. I could go ahead and just grab this, and I could let's isolate those. And let's just hit 5 so we're not really confused when we're looking at this. If I go in here and skin, bind skin, and here, joint hierarchy, closest and distance, maximum influence is 2, drop off rate around 10. Okay, great. And I hit bind skin. Okay. And now I just want to go in and quickly weight this. Let's try to select it. Okay, something's lagging a little bit. That makes me a little bit nervous. If I go in here to skin, I'm just going to go and save this, just in case. Feels like I might crash. Skin, paint skin weights tool, and paint skin weights tool. So this here, there's my root joint. It's showing me that in white, that's the area it's influencing the most. In black, no. Usually what I'll do is I'll start somewhere down here, down the lowest part of the hierarchy. The head end joint tool doesn't need anything on it. The head joint. I usually like to use add, and I swear by add. I'm just going to change this the brush size. Whoop, and see if I can get these. Okay, and I'll make my brush a bit smaller now and go in here and get some of these finer details. If I had more vertices, this might be a bit easier to get the neck area and smooth it out and make it look all happy times. And I'm only going to do half of this because I'm a lazy guy, and I'm always looking for lazy ways out of things. Okay, great. And then I go to the thorax. Actually, I've also got the ramp on too. So the ramp is showing me that it's not affecting areas back here quite so much, right? I just get these little colors in here. I like that. And I'm on the thorax. I just want to make sure that I'm adding this in here to the thorax because this is a hard shell. It doesn't make sense that the head would be affecting it. And I got to go back and forth here. It looks like I accidentally went in and got some of this stuff on the head. Okay. And I might even do something like later on when I do the legs, I'll show you another way to kind of get this area in here. If you wanted to, you could hit smooth. Remember, smooth is the devil. Okay. I find smooth does exactly what you want, and then every once in a while it goes, screw you, I am casting you into hell. Okay, so good. No! And then we can check out the backside here. If I go into the abdomens, various abdomens here, seems like they've got a good amount of weighting, and I can just test them out and see what it looks like. If I grab my rotate tool, rotate, have this joint, all at the same time. What the freaking hell's going on? Okay, let's try it again. So I got this joint, hold down shift, this one, and I'm getting a weird lag. Might be I've just got a bunch of different things on at once. Okay, I like that. My bum wiggles around. Okay, and check out the head joint. Oh, I missed some stuff up here. Well, actually, that was the other side, right? If I take this and I've weighted one side, I don't know where the lag's coming from. if I weighted one side, if I go here to skin, mirror skin weights, and I check it out, I'm going to mirror across the YZ. Boop. There. Let's get this transparency. Did I hit a transparency by accident? Okay, great. And if I just go in and rotator it, everything's good. My weighting is good. Okay, good-ish. So that's getting my body. Got my bones in, and I've got my thing organized. We'll go in and do the legs in a second.